Archangel Michael says, "Today, heaven's final warning is being whispered with urgency, not with thunder or fear, but with a deep and trembling love that aches for your soul to awaken." The voice of the Lord Jesus Christ, gentle yet mighty, calls out through the stillness of your heart, asking not for grand deeds, but for your attention, your return, your yes. This moment, this very breath, is not an accident. You were meant to receive this message now. You were meant to pause, not scroll past. Heaven is not distant, and God is not silent. He is closer than the thoughts in your mind and the beat in your chest. And right now, He is calling you, not out of anger, but from the deepest yearning to shield you, love you, and heal what the world has wounded. Type Amen if you believe. In the silence of heaven, there has been a watching, a waiting, a holy longing for hearts to remember who they belong to. Jesus, with hands still bearing the marks of the cross, stands as a reminder of what love really means. He didn't wait until the world was ready. He didn't hold back until you were perfect. He walked into the darkness of this broken world, knowing full well what it would cost Him, just to give you the chance to live. Not just to survive, but to truly live, with hope, with purpose, with eternity burning bright in your spirit. His warning today is not to scare you, but to break through the noise, the distractions, the lies, and remind you that without Him, your soul is exposed, your peace is fragile, and your protection is easily stolen by shadows that do not love you. Like this video and subscribe to this channel if you believe God's love is forever. There are many voices in this world, pulling you this way and that, promising joy, offering escape, dressing up chains as freedom. But only one voice brings rest that reaches into your bones and never leaves you empty. Only one voice calms the storm within you, not by offering quick fixes or shallow comforts, but by speaking to the deepest part of you that cries for meaning, love, and belonging. That voice belongs to the one who wept for you, bled for you, and rose again so He could stand between you and everything trying to destroy you. That voice belongs to Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God, who still walks among the broken, searching for the lost, healing the hurting, and whispering to the weary, "Come home to me." There is no shame too heavy for Him to carry, no sin so dark that His light cannot reach, no past so messy that He cannot redeem. But there is a danger in waiting. There is a sorrow in delay. Each moment without Him leaves you vulnerable to the unseen battles around you, battles not just for your peace, but for your soul. This world is not just random and chaotic, it is wounded, fallen, and crying out for redemption. You were never meant to fight alone. You were never meant to wander in fear, hoping you'll somehow be okay. You were meant to walk under the covering of the Almighty, under the fierce love of Jesus who intercedes for you daily, and under the care of angels who stand ready to guard and guide. But heaven's covering must be accepted. You must say yes. You must choose. A powerful 9-word prayer once classified by secret agencies has now leaked, and it's quietly rewriting destinies. In under 30 seconds, it reprograms the mind to attract wealth and dissolve scarcity. Users are reporting surprise income, restored hope, and financial peace. But this page might be deleted at any time. Click the link now before it's taken down without warning. God's plea is not just for a moment of prayer, but for your whole heart. Not to control you, but to free you. Not to judge, but to save. He knows the nights you've cried without knowing why. He knows the ache you hide behind smiles. He sees the choices you regret, the thoughts you try to silence, the fears that grip you when you're alone. And still, he does not turn away. He kneels beside you, patient, tender, unwavering. This is not about religion or rules. It's about love, the kind that suffers long, hopes always, and never gives up on you. That kind of love is rare in this world, but it is the heartbeat of heaven, and it beats for you right now. Type 1414 to step into divine protection. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not too far gone. No mistake you've made has pushed God away. In fact, He's been closer than you realize, waiting for you to just let go and trust that He is real, and He is good, and He has always loved you. The angels of heaven rejoice not over perfection, but over one heart that turns toward the Father. Don't waste this moment. Don't dismiss this whisper. It is not a coincidence. It is mercy. It is grace. It is Jesus reaching out one more time, saying, "Let me be your refuge, your covering, your peace." There are moments in life that feel ordinary until they're not. 1 minute, you're just scrolling, just passing time, just filling the silence. And then suddenly, a message meets you right where you are, and something inside you stirs, something aches, something whispers that this isn't just another thing you came across, it's something meant for you. That stirring, that ache, that whisper, it's not just emotion. It's the Holy Spirit tugging on your heart, calling you home, reminding you that you were created by love, for love, and you're not meant to live this life numb, lost, or afraid. Jesus knows how heavy life can be. He knows the weight of betrayal, the sting of rejection, the ache of loneliness. He walked through this world not as a distant God, but as a man who felt every sorrow and still chose to love through it all. He didn't come for the proud or the perfect, He came for the weary, the ashamed, the forgotten, the ones who've run out of strength and the ones too afraid to hope again. His arms are not crossed. They are open. His heart is not cold. It burns with mercy. His eyes are not blind to your struggles. They are full of compassion, watching over you with a tenderness this world has never known. Maybe you've been trying to do it all on your own. Maybe you've smiled for everyone else while crying behind closed doors. Maybe you've made choices that haunt you. Maybe you've drifted so far you can't imagine how to get back. But no distance is too great for God. No fall is too deep. No wound is too broken. Jesus did not come to condemn you, He came to rescue you. To wrap His love around you like a blanket on a cold night and to whisper, "I still want you. I still love you. I still choose you." This isn't about religion. It's not about how many times you've failed or how long it's been since you prayed. This is about a relationship with the one who made you, the one who never gave up on you, and the one who is fighting for your soul even now. There is still time. There is still grace. But you have to turn. You have to let Him in. You have to say yes to the love that won't force its way in, but patiently knocks and waits for you to answer. Keep listening until the final moment, because the Lord has wrapped this message in His love for you. Heaven's warning is not a threat. It is a cry from the Father's heart, pleading for you to see how deeply you are loved, and how dangerous it is to live without His covering. There are forces in this world that are not just harmful, they are soul-destroying. But you don't have to live exposed anymore. You don't have to walk through this life hoping luck will be on your side. You can live under the shelter of the Most High, guarded by angels, covered by grace, guided by truth, and filled with peace that cannot be stolen. Type 666 if you believe in God's grace. Archangel Michael stands as a warrior of heaven, but he also stands as a witness to God's mercy. He sees the battles you don't see. He fights on your behalf when you don't even know you're in danger. But divine protection is not automatic. It's given to those who walk with the Lord, who surrender not out of fear, but because they trust that God's ways are better, safer, higher. You are not being asked to be perfect. You are being asked to be willing to let go of control, willing to believe in something greater, willing to trust that you are worth saving. Some may say time is always on your side, but those are the words of a world asleep to eternity. Time is a gift, not a guarantee. Each day you wake up with breath in your lungs is not a sign of coincidence, but a mark of mercy. God, in His kindness, has kept your heart beating, even in your rebellion, even in your silence, even in the times you've turned away, not because He is weak or careless, but because He is patient. He is waiting. But His waiting will not last forever. There will come a time when the door closes, and all that remains is the echo of the chances you once had. What if you discovered a tiny, walnut-sized brain region holds the secret to endless wealth and success? Recently uncovered by groundbreaking research and once buried in classified files, this frequency is now available to anyone ready to listen. Imagine replacing worry and struggle with a life of financial ease and freedom. Interested? Click the link in video description and comments below to unleash this hidden brain wave and start attracting wealth right now. You have been guided to this message for a reason, and if you turn away, the chance may not return. This is your time to step in. Jesus is not calling you into chains. He is calling you out of them. There is a freedom the world cannot give, a joy the world cannot fake, and a peace that does not depend on what's going right. That kind of life is only found in Him. Many search endlessly for meaning in success, in relationships, in beauty, in recognition, but nothing truly fills the ache inside like the presence of God. You were created with a soul that longs for heaven, even if you don't realize it. That longing, that quiet dissatisfaction, that emptiness that comes even after the world gives you what you thought you wanted, it is all the voice of your spirit crying out for the one who made you. And that one is not far. He is near, closer than the pain in your chest, closer than your next breath. His spirit hovers beside you even now, whispering comfort, reaching for your hand, and begging you to let Him carry what has crushed you for so long. The love of Jesus is not soft or passive, it is fierce, relentless, and deeper than the oceans. It does not let go when the road gets rough. It does not turn away when you fall again. It doesn't tire when you doubt, and it doesn't flinch at your scars. He doesn't ask you to pretend. He asks you to come just as you are, wounded, tired, angry, confused, ashamed. He can handle all of it. He already carried it all on the cross. God is not looking for performance. He is looking for surrender. He is not asking you to fix yourself first. He is asking you to trust that He can. There is no sin too stubborn, no shame too heavy, no guilt too tangled for Him to unravel. All He asks is that you give it to Him. Hand it over. Open your heart. Let Him in. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. Heaven's call is not for a future version of you. It is for the you that's reading this, right now, with all your flaws and failures and fears. Type 1919 to embrace healing. There are angels around you, even if you cannot see them. They have been sent by God to protect you, to shield you, to fight for your soul. But their strength works best when your life is under the covering of Christ. The enemy prowls like a shadow, silent and subtle, slipping lies into your thoughts, offering cheap comforts that cost your peace, whispering that you can handle this life on your own. But you were never meant to. Even in the Garden of Eden, God walked with His children. You were made for that kind of closeness. You were made to walk hand in hand with your Creator. Jesus is not asking you to be religious. He is asking you to be real. To stop pretending you're fine when your heart is breaking. To stop hiding your wounds like they make you unworthy. To stop running to empty wells when living water is waiting. This life is not a game. It is not endless. You are living in a time when hearts grow cold, when darkness dresses up in beauty, and when deception feels like truth. Now, more than ever, you need the protection of God. You need the covering of Jesus. And you need the love that never fails. The warnings of God are never without love. They are never laced in cruelty or wrath. They come wrapped in compassion, spoken through tears, and offered like an outstretched hand in the middle of a storm. There is an urgency, yes, but it is the urgency of a parent racing toward a child in the street, the urgency of love that refuses to stay silent while danger creeps close. Heaven is not angry with you. Heaven is pleading for you, aching for you, watching you with eyes that have never stopped seeing the good in you, even when you stopped seeing it yourself. There is a reason you feel that hollow ache when everything around you says you should be happy. There is a reason your heart still searches, even after finding what the world promised would satisfy. You were not made to be filled by things that fade. You were not made to be soothed by noise or kept busy by distraction. You were made to walk with God. To know Him. To feel His nearness not just in church or on Sundays, but in the quiet of your room, in the middle of your battles, in the most ordinary moments that become holy when His presence enters in. Jesus is not standing far off, waiting for you to reach some level of worthiness. He is standing right where you are, arms open, eyes soft, voice low and steady, calling your name over and over again until you hear it in your spirit. There is no shame in your return. Only joy. There is no punishment in your surrender. Only peace. What the world sees as weakness, Heaven sees as wisdom, because the strongest thing you can do is finally stop pretending you're okay without Him. The storms of this world are growing. The winds of fear, confusion, and hatred howl louder than ever. You can feel it. The pressure, the anxiety, the sense that something deeper is happening. That is not your imagination. That is your soul, awakening to the truth that this life is more than survival, more than comfort, more than routine. It is about eternity. And eternity begins now. The choices you make today echo beyond the borders of time. The decisions you delay carry consequences not just for your days, but for your soul. Type 222 if you know God is with you. There are some things God will not force upon you. Love must be chosen. Peace must be accepted. Protection must be embraced. Heaven is ready to surround you with angels, to shield your home, to guard your mind, to guide your steps, but your heart must first open. You must invite Him in. The protection of Jesus is not magic, it is a relationship. It is choosing daily to walk with the one who knows the path you cannot see, who clears the way before you, and who carries you when you're too weak to stand. That kind of love is not found in this world. It only comes from Him. You are not a burden to God. You are not too complicated. You are not too late. Even if you've turned your back on Him 1,000 times, even if you've cursed His name in pain, even if you've run so far you don't know how to turn around, He is still here. Not with a lecture, not with punishment, but with open arms. His scars were not earned by chance. They were carried for you. He would rather die than live without you. And He proved it. That kind of love cannot be ignored. It must be answered. Archangel Michael does not speak lightly. The angels of God are not dramatic or careless. When heaven sends a warning, it is because the time has come to decide. This is not about fear. This is about faith. Faith that says, I may not understand everything, but I believe I am loved. I believe I am worth saving. I believe there is more to life than this. That belief is enough to move mountains. That belief is enough to start over. That belief is enough to open the gates of heaven over your life and let peace flood in like a river. There are some who feel too far gone, as though the weight they carry is too much, their mistakes too many, their hearts too numb to feel again. But Jesus does not measure you by what the world says about you, or what your past tries to define. He sees deeper. He sees what still flickers in the ashes. He sees the goodness you've forgotten. He sees the child in you who once believed, who once hoped, who once felt close to God. That child is not lost. That part of you is not gone. It's only been covered in dust, but the breath of God can awaken it again. He can bring you back from places you thought were your ending. What if I told you financial freedom is not about working harder, but activating a dormant brain signal designed to draw abundance directly to you? Neuroscience proves this sound wave unlocks prosperity faster than any method known before. From unexpected cash to life-changing success, it's already helping thousands. Imagine looking back tomorrow wishing you had acted today. Do not let regret replace the miracle that is calling you right now. Click the link in the video description and comments below to turn on the ancient money wave and create the life you've always dreamed of today. You may not see what's ahead, but heaven does. The path without God may feel fine for a while, peaceful even, but that is the most dangerous lie of all. Darkness often hides in comfort. It disguises itself in things that feel good for a moment but slowly steal your soul over time. God is not trying to keep you from joy, he's trying to protect you from destruction that looks like joy but leads to sorrow. What he offers is not temporary happiness. What he offers is a deep, unshakable peace that stays even when life falls apart, even when nothing around you makes sense, even when you're barely holding on. Heaven's protection is real, but it isn't forced. You have to step under it. You have to choose to live in the shadow of the Almighty, where angels are assigned to your name, where your steps are ordered, and where your heart is guarded by more than human strength. That choice cannot wait forever. The world is not getting lighter. The hour is late. And God is not asking for part of you, He is asking for all of you, not because He is controlling, but because only full surrender can bring full healing. You can't hold on to both your fears and His peace. You have to let go of one to truly hold the other. Type 1515 to receive peace in your soul. This is not just about a spiritual decision. This is about your life. The things you wrestle with, the emptiness, the confusion, the anxiety, the shame, they are not your identity. They are symptoms of a soul disconnected from its source. Jesus is not surprised by your struggles. He knows what it means to be tempted. He knows what it means to be tired. He knows what it feels like to be betrayed, ignored, misunderstood. He doesn't look at your pain and shake His head, He draws near to it, touches it, and carries it with you. You were never meant to face this world alone. You were meant to walk with the one who holds all things together. When you say yes to Jesus, heaven moves. The very atmosphere around you begins to change. What was once heavy begins to lift. What once tormented your mind begins to lose its grip. What once haunted your dreams begins to fade in the light of His truth. This isn't fantasy. It's the reality of what happens when you let your spirit come home. God is not asking you to change everything in a moment. He's asking you to be willing, to be honest, to say, God, I need you. That is enough for Him to begin. That small whisper opens the floodgates of His love. There is a stirring in the heavens tonight, a movement in the spiritual realm that cannot be seen but can be felt by the soul that is willing to listen. Angels are on assignment, not only to protect, but to pull hearts back from the edge. Archangel Michael is not delivering words of fear, he is delivering a message soaked in the tears of heaven. The kind of message that burns in the heart of a father who refuses to let his children fall without first trying everything to reach them. You have not been forgotten. You have not been rejected. You are not being warned to scare you, you are being warned to save you. So many live their days pretending they are strong while breaking on the inside. So many laugh while drowning in silence. So many chase things that do not last, trying to fill the aching space only God can satisfy. You don't have to live like that anymore. You don't have to carry this alone. You don't have to keep pretending. Some believe the greatest dangers are the loud ones, the obvious threats, the painful wounds that leave marks. But in truth, the most dangerous paths are often the quiet ones, the slow drifting, the gradual numbing, the moments where you stop hearing God, not because He stopped speaking, but because you slowly tuned Him out. Heaven's final warning isn't fire from the sky. It's love you've ignored. It's protection you've walked away from. It's peace that you've replaced with temporary comfort. And still, with all that, Jesus hasn't moved. He hasn't left. He hasn't stopped hoping you'll hear him now. There is something sacred about your life. Not because of what you've done or who sees you, but because you were created in the image of God. Every heartbeat, every breath, every moment you've survived that should have broken you, none of it has been by accident. You've been held more times than you know. You've been carried when you thought you were just pushing through. And those moments when you should have fallen apart completely, but didn't, that was him. That was his hand. Even when you didn't believe, even when you walked away, he never turned his face from you. Type 1616 if you surrender to God's will. You see, God does not rescue based on how strong your faith is. He rescues based on how deep his love is. And his love is endless. His love was strong enough to walk through the crushing weight of sin just to bring you back. That's what Jesus did. He didn't wait for you to get it right. He walked straight into the pain, the blood, the shame, so that you could be free before you even asked for it. But now it's your turn to respond. He did the hard part. He paid the price. All that's left is your yes. And even that doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be real. Right now, the world offers 1,000 things to dull the ache inside you, things that promise ease, distraction, escape. But none of them can protect your soul. None of them can offer you eternal peace. None of them can heal what's been broken on the inside. Only Jesus can do that. And he's not asking you to fix yourself first. He's not asking you to explain your pain or clean up your mess before you come. He just wants your heart. No mask. No pretending. Just the real, hurting, tired, hopeful you. The covering of heaven is not a concept. It is a real, living presence that wraps around you when you walk in surrender. It's what keeps you when you can't keep yourself. It's what stands between you and the darkness that tries to steal your peace, your purpose, your life. But that covering must be chosen. It doesn't fall by accident. It rests on the willing. It shields the surrendered. It lifts the one who says, God, I can't do this without you anymore. Archangel Michael does not come with words of fear, but with the full weight of heaven's longing. He fights for the ones who belong to God, but even he cannot force you to return. That part must come from you. And in this moment, you have that chance. To turn. To say yes. To come back to the place your soul has missed, even if your mind forgot. God has not forgotten you. Not once. Not ever. He still sees you the way he did before the world lied to you, before the pain shaped you, before the shame tried to name you. You are more than what you've done. You are more than what's been done to you. You are not your worst moment. You are not your heaviest burden. You are his. And he wants you home. Not because he needs you, but because he made you, and he will never stop calling you back into his arms. The voice you hear now, the one that gently stirs your heart, the one that brings tears without explanation, that is him. That is Jesus. And that is love. An ancient 9-word code, once reserved for high-level insiders, has been uncovered. It's simple, quick, and shockingly effective at drawing money and blessings into your life. Neuroscientists confirm it stimulates the brain's receiving center, an area dormant in most people. People everywhere are calling it the 30-second miracle. Click the link in the description and comments before the authorities remove it again. The world can harden hearts so slowly that you don't even notice. Little by little, day after day, the light begins to dim, and you find yourself numb to things that used to matter, blind to things that used to stir your spirit, quiet in ways that have nothing to do with peace. And in those quiet places, God waits. He does not shout over your distractions. He does not storm into your life uninvited. He simply stays near, watching for the moment you pause long enough to hear him whisper, "I'm still here. I haven't given up on you." Type 2020 to claim joy and strength. The truth is, you were made for more than this. You were made for a kind of closeness with God that is not dependent on your performance or your circumstances. You were created to walk with Him, moment by moment, letting His presence fill every part of your life, not just the quiet moments, not just the broken moments, but every single day. And though it may feel like you've wandered too far, there is no distance that grace cannot cover. There is no wound too deep, no past too dark, no silence too long for Jesus to redeem. Somewhere deep inside, even when you've tried to move on, there's a longing that doesn't leave. A holy ache. A quiet pull. That is your spirit remembering where it came from. That is the echo of heaven calling you home. And right now, heaven's final warning is not a message of despair, but a voice of holy urgency. Not because God wants to scare you, but because He doesn't want to lose you. The danger is real, but so is the rescue. And you were never meant to face it alone. Jesus has always been about the one. The lost one. The wandering one. The wounded one. And if you feel like that one right now, know this: you are exactly the one He is calling. He will leave the 99 just to reach you. He will cross every distance, break every chain, silence every lie, just to be near you again. But He will not force you. He never has. He is offering, not demanding. He is inviting, not controlling. His hands are open. His heart is ready. But your yes matters. Your choice matters. And your time is not endless. There are battles being fought around you that you cannot see. The kind of battles that do not just touch your life, they reach for your soul. That is why the covering of God matters. That is why His presence isn't just a comfort, it's a shelter. It's the only true safety you will ever know. And every moment spent outside that covering is a moment exposed to things this world cannot protect you from. But heaven can. The Spirit can. Jesus can. And He longs to. Archangel Michael stands guard, not as a symbol, but as a warrior who fights for those who belong to the kingdom of God. He has witnessed the fall of prideful kings and the rising of the humble. He has stood beside the broken who turned back and saw how heaven rushed in when one heart said yes. That same heaven is watching you now. That same love is ready to surround you. That same God is still calling your name. You may not feel strong enough. You may feel tired of trying. You may wonder if you can ever really live a life that walks with God daily. But strength is not the requirement. Surrender is. You don't need to come with answers. You just need to come with honesty. God can do more with your weakness than you could ever do with your strength. He can take your mess and make it beautiful. He can take your fear and fill it with courage. He can take your silence and turn it into a song of healing. This is not a message of pressure. This is a message of hope. This is not the sound of a closing door, this is the sound of one more chance. One more moment of mercy. One more whisper from heaven asking, pleading, waiting. You still have time. You still have breath. You still have the freedom to say yes. Don't waste it. Don't let it slip away. God is not done with you. He has never been done with you. Type 111 if you believe miracles are near. You may have walked through seasons where God felt silent, where prayers felt unanswered, and faith felt too hard to hold. But even in that silence, even in your most distant place, His eyes never left you. His hands never let go. You may not have noticed, but you were carried. In every moment when it should have been worse, when things should have broken you beyond repair, there was mercy. Not the kind that fixes everything in an instant, but the kind that holds you steady when everything inside you wants to give up. That was Him. That was Jesus. He sees every tear you've cried in the dark. He knows every thought you've buried. He understands the weight of regrets you wish you could undo. But He doesn't ask you to go back and fix the past. He offers to heal it. He offers to redeem what you thought was wasted. He offers to make new what felt destroyed. There is no place too far, no history too messy, no heart too cold for the warmth of His love to reach. He will wait for you until your very last breath, but He does not want to wait that long. Heaven's protection is not a myth. It is real. It is fierce. It is sacred. And it is only found under the covering of Jesus Christ. Not through routine or appearance, but through surrender. When your heart chooses Him, angels are assigned to you. When your spirit yields to Him, battles begin to shift. The things you couldn't explain, the heaviness, the confusion, the sudden fear, they begin to break in the presence of the One who carries all power. But that power only moves fully in lives that are surrendered. Not perfect. Just surrendered. Archangel Michael knows the war that rages beyond human sight. He sees how souls are slowly lulled to sleep by comfort, by distraction, by lies that sound harmless but destroy from the inside out. He sees how many wake up too late. How many wait for another day. How many scroll past the very moment heaven was reaching for them, thinking they had more time, thinking it wasn't that serious. But it is serious. Your soul is not something to gamble with. This is not just life and death. This is eternity. And the decision you make in your heart right now echoes far beyond this moment. There is a softness in Jesus that no pain can harden. There is a strength in Him that no weakness can drain. He isn't asking you to change in a day. He is asking you to choose. To say yes with whatever faith you have left. To let Him carry what you've been trying to manage on your own. To stop pretending you don't need him, when deep inside, you know you do. He is not just a comfort when things fall apart. He is the one who holds everything together. Without him, you may survive. But with him, you truly live. Maybe you've been surrounded by voices that made you feel unworthy. Maybe religion became rules and pressure, and you forgot that this is about love, not performance. Jesus didn't come to start a religion. He came to rescue the broken, to restore the lost, and to bring you back into the arms of the Father. What he wants is not your perfection, not your rituals, not your achievements. He wants your heart. All of it. The wounded parts. The doubtful parts. The messy, honest, tired, unfinished parts. That's what he wants. Because that's where real healing begins. Don't let this moment pass. Don't wait for a better time. Don't tell yourself it's not for you. If you are breathing, if you are reading this, if your heart is even slightly open, then this is for you. Heaven is near. Jesus is calling. And this may be the turning point you didn't even know you needed. All it takes is one whisper, Jesus, I'm yours. That small surrender moves heaven. It shakes chains. It silences lies. It welcomes angels. It brings peace you've never known. Type Amen to trust God's plan for your life. There's a sacred kind of exhaustion that comes when you've tried everything else, when you've smiled through storms and swallowed pain, when you've kept it together for others while breaking in secret, when you've chased peace in places that only made the emptiness louder. But even in that tiredness, even in the hollow silence of those dark nights, Jesus was near. Watching. Protecting. Waiting. Not with impatience, but with a love that never looked away. A love that followed you into the mess, not to condemn you, but to carry you out of it. A hidden 9-word prayer rediscovered in a sealed government document is now changing everything for those who dare to use it. It activates your brain's forgotten abundance channel, helping you manifest prosperity in ways you've never seen before. The results: cleared debts, growing savings, sudden opportunities, speak for themselves. Don't wait until this vanishes. Click the link before it's erased from the internet. You don't have to climb your way back to him. You don't have to clean yourself up or put your heart back together before he welcomes you in. Just whisper his name. Just turn your face toward his. That's all he's ever needed. His strength will meet your weakness. His peace will calm your panic. His presence will breathe life into the places you thought were already dead inside. Nothing is too far gone for him. Nothing is beyond repair. If he can raise the dead, he can restore your joy, your faith, your life.